Welcome back. Happy New Year, everyone. I'll take my glasses off for a second. How are we all? I hope you've had an amazing Christmas, and I hope that some of my recipes that I shared with you prior to Christmas, hi Tammy, how you going, helped you get through Christmas. And I would love to know what you made. That would be really cool if you could share with us what recipes you did that I shared with you for the 6 weeks prior to Christmas. So, Happy New Year, everyone. Say g'day if you're on. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Lovely to see you. Hope Sue's on here soon. If not, wherever she is, she's having a wonderful New Year's Eve. I thought I would come on early today and just share a couple of recipes with you. And yeah, just start the year off again doing Friday night Facebook Lives and helping you guys. Hi Emma, lovely to see you on here as well. Alrighty, so putting my glasses back on so I can see. I'm just going to jump into my week because I've got the recipes saved. So I thought tonight we'd do a zingy little avocado dip. Because avocados are definitely in season at the moment. My dad's avocado tree is going off. So we will start. So say hi if you're jumping on, and if you're watching in replay, hashtag replay or hashtag late to the party in the comments below, just so I know that you called past to visit. I want to thank you all for the last 12 months and supporting me. So we're actually making the Zingy Avocado and Lime Dip, which is in our barbecue cookbook, and some of you may have actually received that as a gift with purchase prior to Christmas. So we're just going to pop in some Parmesan cheese and we're going to chop all that up. So we put the lid on, 10 seconds on speed 10 all the way around. And seriously, who would buy cheese? Hi Gallery, how are you? Who would buy grated cheese when you can eliminate all the additives that they pop in there to stop it from sticking together? When you can do it like that, 10 seconds, Parmesan cheese, done. So it actually asked for jalapeno chilies, but I love chili, but not too much chili. So I'm just going to use a red chili because that's a bit in between, and some coriander. Now if you didn't like coriander, you could probably put in something like parsley or something along those lines, something a little bit milder. I don't mind the coriander, and some shallots. So we're just going to pop them in, and a garlic clove. Pop that in, done. And we're going to pop our lid on. Oh, I've got itchy nose, I've got to sneeze. Sorry about that. Bless me. And all that. Hello, Eileen. How are you? All right, so 2 seconds, and we're going to put it on speed 7, and we're going to chop all of that up. Excuse me for walking in front of the camera. Alrighty, we're going to scrape the sides down. Now, I'm calling this a dip, so you can see just the little bits of chili in there, the parmesan, and the leaves of the coriander. In fact, I'm just going to pop that on again for just a couple more seconds. There's a few little pieces of coriander I want to be chopped up a bit better. That'll do it. So yes, I'm calling this a dip. It's called the Zingy Avocado and Lime Dip. Just going to scrape the sides down. However, you could easily serve this with some steak, some grilled fish, some chicken, yeah, any protein really. Strangely enough, we're going to pop in some cos lettuce leaves. So I've just washed them and broke them in half. Straining off the extra water. And now we're going to pop in some lime zest that I did earlier to give it that zinginess. It'll be so yum, trust me. Trust me. And this is an avocado from my dad's place. So we've got avocados coming off the tree on a regular basis at the moment, which is kind of nice. And when I say avocado, I mean they're avocados. We're going to pop in some mayonnaise. So you can make your own mayonnaise, which I've done. Pop that aside. And now we're just going to put in a little bit of salt. Hi Meredith, hi Leslie, how are you? Nice to see you on here. Thanks for joining us. All right, so next, I was meant to put the lime juice in too, so we'll just pop that in. Oh. So now it's 20 seconds on speed 6. And then we're done. Alrighty. I'm going to pop this aside, that's long. Okay, so now it's ready to serve. So as I said to you before, you could serve it as a dip with some yummy crackers or vegetables cut up like celery and carrot and, you know, even cucumber, because cucumbers, we've got cucumbers growing at the moment and they are super, 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 got lots at the moment anyway. I even had one shaped in the letter J, which I kind of thought was pretty funny given that I've never grown cucumbers before. Look at that. So, but we're going to use this tonight for dinner. We're having tacos, so we're going to use that instead of guacamole. But we'll also probably have it a bit later on as a dip. So, how's that for a zingy avocado and lime dip? But like I said, you could actually use it to have with a steak or to have a salad or have with fish. It is delicious. So that's a zingy avocado and lime dip that could be used for many things. All right, so moving right along, that'll be right. I've dirtied 2 spatulas, not 1, but 2. And I've just got to get my sugar syrup and we are ready to roll. So we've finished that recipe and we're going to move on to a cocktail, because who doesn't love a cocktail, a good cocktail at any event? But it's New Year's Eve, so why wouldn't we? Hi Helen, how are you? Hi Luciella, say hi to Mum and Dad for me. Hi Lorraine. Just going into my week again. Luciella, I hope you're enjoying your holidays. All right, so like I said, mojitos are a Cuban, originated from Cuba, cocktail that they used to serve in a highball glass. So I've got the glasses prepared. Hi Judy, how you going? Happy New Year everyone. So instead of just doing our normal, mojito, I decided tonight that I would make a pomegranate one. So just for something different, and pomegranates are really good for you, so why not pop it in everything that we can get our hands on. So let's start cooking. This won't take us very long, but I'm going to pop in some ice to crush. So it's saying here about 600 grams of ice cubes. Now, I've got my ice in my 1 litre thermo server, and this is one that we say we use for yogurt. It's just a 1 litre one. It's really cute. It's got a nice clear lid on it, and you can earn them by hosting demonstration, whether it be virtually or online or in person. So I've popped in my ice cubes. Right now I'm going to pop in, I'll just grab another spatula, my spatula. So for those who are new to Thermomix, you can actually pop a spatula all the way in, and because of this collar here, it's not going to touch the blades, and therefore it's safe to do so. So we've popped the spatula in and we're just going to crush that up on speed 4. the Thermomix is really great at crushing up ice, and it's the only blender on the market that you can crush a kilo of ice in less than a minute. So there is all our crushed ice, and I'm just going to grab my glasses that I've prepared with the straws and some pomegranate seeds in the bottom there. So it says now to pop the ice. I'm making a beautiful mess, just saying. Popping this ice in. Absolutely beautiful mess. Not. Let me grab a big spoon. That's better. So beautiful crushed ice. This is going to be delicious. See, I told you I'm making a beautiful mess, aren't I? You get the idea though. We're going to put ice in each of these cups. You probably could have had thicker glasses, but these ones will do. In fact, I've got a little bit more. I'll just pop that back in there for now, or maybe not. It's decided it wants to stay in the bowl. That's all right. Alrighty, and now we'll move on. After dividing that messily across my bench. Hi Sandra, how are you? Thanks for joining us. We've actually just made some Zingy Avocado and Lime Dip, which could use as a dip, but you can also use for like a sauce to go with steak or with fish or yeah. So I've picked some fresh mint leaves from my garden this afternoon. One thing that is going crazy is, other than the cucumbers, is some mint. And we've got 2 limes here that I've quartered. I do have limes growing, but they're not ready yet, of course. And we're going to pop the lid back on. So just like so. And we're going to put that on for 20 seconds. I hope it's not too loud, but we'll see how we go. On reverse, so it's not going to break it up too much. I've made a beautiful mess, just saying. Next. Okay, let's scrape down the bowl. Let's have a look. I think I might do that for a little bit longer. It's pushed all the lime out of the lots of lime juice. It's really giving it a good battering. So we'll just go back, and I'm just going to do it for say 10 seconds. So I'm just going to change the timer. Whoop. And get that going again. So I've bought some pomegranate juice, and I've got soda water, and we're going to use some white rum. Some Bacardi white rum. All right, so let's have a look. You see all of that lime juice in the bottom there? It smells amazing, especially on a hot day like today. I don't know where you guys, in fact, tell me where you're watching from. I'd love to know, and what your plans maybe are tonight later on. That's why I decided to come on earlier. All right, so now we're going to pop in some more ice cubes. So it's calling for another 300 grams. So we'll pop them in. Now I've gone slightly over, but that's okay. Now these thermo servers will keep your ice nice and cold, especially when you're making cocktails. That's been in there for about an hour. Now we're going to pop in a little bit of something. Bit of white rum, 150 grams. Obviously you can change that if you want it to be less or you want it to be more. That'll be fine. Alrighty. What's next? And we're going to pop in our pomegranate juice and our soda water. Beauty. I went a little bit over the top with the soda water, but that's okay. Next, and our sugar syrup. So this I've just made with equal amounts of raw sugar. Now if you use white sugar, I think it might go clear, but I use raw sugar because I don't like to use bleached sugars unless I absolutely have to. Equal amounts of raw sugar and water, and you just cook it off for 15 minutes with the simmering basket on the top. There is a recipe, I think it must be an American one or something like that, but there is a recipe on there for it. But this is really handy to make yourself for your cocktails. Alrighty, so I've made that this afternoon and we'll probably use that tonight. So 5 seconds, speed 4 on reverse, we're going to mix all that up. Beauty. Next, get my simmering basket ready, because what we're going to do is, and this is what I do when I'm juicing, is I use my simmering basket to pop in the bowl like so. And then what it does is all the pulp, or in this instance it's the lime and the mint, will stay in the bowl. So now what I'm going to do is pour the pomegranate mojito into the glasses, and you're not going to get all that extra mint and lime, but the flavour is all going to be there. So you can do that with juicing, when you're juicing, so that the pulp all stays at the bottom. Beautiful. Come on. Beauty. Alrighty. And now we're going to, that's already said to strain it. We're going to pop on some mint leaves. We've already put in some pomegranate seeds in the bottom, and pop a little bit of mint on the side. How's that? And we're done. So you can add extra soda water if you want to, just see how it goes. But yeah, that's tonight's little recipes for you. We've got the pomegranate mojito and our avocado and zingy lime dip, which you can use for all sorts of things. In fact, we're having it with tacos tonight. So I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I want to thank you for your positivity and just really encouraging me to keep going with these lives on a Friday night. I'm going to continue to do them regardless of whether it's lockdown or not now, because they've just been so successful for me and my business. So I want to thank you all. I want to say have a wonderful, wonderful new year. I'm believing that 2022 is going to be our best year yet. Yeah, so stay healthy, stay well, enjoy your celebrations regardless of where you are, and I'm looking forward to sharing more recipes with you in the future. Bye for now. Happy Thermomixing, everyone, and Happy New Year. Mwah! Cheers!